two key legal questions. Let's bring in former federal prosecutor and attorney for Trump campaign aide, formerly Trump campaign aide, Rick Gates. Shan Wu is with us. I want to get to the search warrants that are going on right now and the significance there. The arrest warrant, obviously, he's arrested, but the significance of the search warrants in terms of finding answers to the two key questions, Shan, that Jim just laid out.
I think the search warrants, in one sense, it's a matter of course, you're going to do a search pursuant to the arrest.
Right.
But I think it's very significant in this context, as Shanlon had earlier reported, because at this point, to the Mueller team, Stone has lost any right to have deference or any kind of presumption of he might be credible. They're charging him with lying repeatedly, making an effort to get another person to lie for him. So they want to make sure that as much as possible they prevent him from tampering with evidence or destroying any evidence, and hence that's part of the reason why the sort of show of force during the search warrant. What they're looking for now, I think one thing that they must look for is there any other electronic evidence, any other paper evidence that he actually was in contact directly with Assange and WikiLeaks? Because the question of why he's lying so much, could be just trying to walk back his own statements, protect himself, or he could be actually lying because he really has a substantive connection to cover up. So that's one thing that they're very interested in looking for right now.
Sean, big headline here. The White House says this has nothing to do with the president. That's just frankly not true, because you have in this indictment a series of communications between Stone and senior Trump campaign officials about these WikiLeaks releases, sometimes in advance of when they were happening. I guess the key question is whether the Trump campaign got a heads up about this from a Russian cutout, which is how the U.S. intelligence views WikiLeaks. Why then no conspiracy charge in this indictment? You got charges for lying, you got charges for witness tampering, but not conspiracy. Why is that, and what's the significance?
I think the significance is that they don't yet have or aren't willing to show us via a charge the actual substantive nugget of him actually being in touch with WikiLeaks and the campaign knowing for sure that he's in touch and relying upon that. I think more and more first the point from the campaign and Trump's people was not even any contacts with the Russians. Now, obviously, there are lots of contacts with them. Now, obviously, we know from the Manafort case that there's substantive contacts, information being exchanged. This is more evidence of that, but you're not quite at the conspiracy to defraud. That's usually used for, let's say, stealing something from the government or something substantive you can put your hands on about it. Here, the gravamen of the indictment clearly goes to his repeatedly trying to deceive the investigators and quite blatantly telling person number two, Randy Credico, to lie in support of his lies.
And now, Shan, just quickly, in terms of what happens, we'll see Roger Stone in less than an hour in court. The question becomes, does he, plead the fifth eventually, right down the road here, as this all plays out, like he talked about in these text exchanges, right, that are in the indictment? What does he say? The president tweeted just in December, quoting Roger Stone, saying, quote, "I will never testify against Trump." The president went on in that tweet to say, "Nice to know some people still have guts." What do you think?
Well, I think this will be a test of his loyalty, absolutely. And I think President Trump's very interested in seeing whether or not that tattoo of Nixon on Roger's back has been changed to a picture of President Trump. That's what Trump would like to see. It'll sorely put his loyalty to test. It's easy to talk that way before you've been charged, before you're facing jail. And I think also, interestingly, we should be on lookout for what further messaging comes out from Trump and Giuliani. I mean, they have not been shy about trying to communicate to Michael Cohen. We'll see if they continue to do the carrot or the stick with Roger Stone.
Right. Okay, Shan Wu, thank you so much.